Oh, I'm so annoyed. I got a phone call. I got a phone call and it messed up my life, right? I got a I got a phone call and it messed up the live. So I'm quite annoyed by that. And it wasn't even the phone call wasn't even nothing. So that was annoying.
Thank you for charging.
So, I was cut off of my last live because I got a phone call. Annoying. Mad annoying. But I mean, these are just, you know, um, conversation topics, prompts, right? If you guys agree with, disagree with, we could talk about it. We can have a conversation with, you know. So I've been doing these prompts, right? These, I guess, conversation topics for a little bit, for like a week or so, and I figure they're fun. And I wanted to see if I can continue it, right? I think they're fun. I think they're interesting. So I'm always down for having a conversation, right? I'm always down for having a conversation. So I might as well start by explaining, right? Explaining what I mean by these three prompts, okay? These three topics, right? Someone got a ticket. Oh. Okay, so number one, right? Number one, go 50-50. I believe we should, I think most people, most people should just do 50-50 or 100-100. It doesn't matter, right? It's just essentially partnership. I think most people should just do partnership. Women can't handle traditional role and men can't handle traditional power. So what do I mean by that? What do I mean by women can't handle traditional role? I think women do not have the mindset, the temperament, right? I don't think women can have women. I don't think women have the mindset or temperament to be in a traditional relationship. You know, traditional relationship. We all know what it consists of, right? Being submissive. You know, having 100% your duty in the relationship is 100% the domestic work, the family, the child care, right? 100%. I think women don't have the mindset or temperament for it. And here's the thing also, men can't handle traditional power. I think power corrupts absolutely. For the average man, right? I think power corrupts absolutely. It's not easy to be a leader. It is not easy to be a leader, particularly in today's day and age. Right? So I don't think that men can handle average men, I don't think average men can handle traditional power. So what do I mean by 50-50? I believe both parties should be a partnership. I believe both parties should contribute equally to a relationship. Both parties contribute as equally as possible to the finances, equally as possible to domestic work, equally as possible to the child care, right? So that's number one. So number two, as women age, they become bigger red flags in dating. Now, I think that, and I've seen this before, both men and women have said the longer they're out of the dating market, the more they're not interested in dating. Both men and women. But if they go back to dating, I believe it's a different matter. So for men, going back to dating, even if he goes back to dating, he usually gains more resources as he gets older, right? Men usually gain more resources as they get older. Men usually, they are, they don't gain as many drawbacks in a, being out of the dating market compared to women. Men usually gain more resources, so they will still have a bit of desire, right? Be a bit of desirable when they're going back into the dating market. While women, as they get older, they become more jaded, more combative, more aggressive, more dominant. They become more. They have done everything in their life, right? Like women say, they say that they could take care of everything themselves. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Asian invasion. I'm glad you like it. Weak. Well, if you say so. I mean, if you say so. So, I think as women age, right? Like I said, they gain, habits or a mindset that honestly, once they go back in the dating market, doesn't make them all that fit to be a good partner in most cases, right? In most cases. So, like I said, as women age, they become bigger red flags. Number three, modern Western women need to stay single. They're too delusional, they're hypocrites. They're too hypocritical and selfish in dating. Are you with someone right now? No, I'm not with anyone right now. Right now, I'm focusing on myself, focusing on building my finances, focusing on improving myself, okay? Again, these are just, if you guys want some back and forth, if you guys are bored, you guys, have disagreements, I'm down. But again, okay, so when I say modern Western women, I mean essentially feminists, right? Women that has a feminist ideology, or women that have been indoctrined or influenced by feminist ideology. And I believe that they have the temperament, mindset that honestly made them better to be just single. Because again, women like this, right, modern day Western women, essentially feminists, they become too delusional, too hypocritical and selfish in dating. So they're better off single. Again, these are just, topics. If you guys want to have a back and forth on, we can have a conversation, right? We can have a talk. If you guys are bored, I'm not doing anything right now. So I'm bored, why not? But if you guys are too triggered, right? It's all good. Caroline. That's because feminism has changed so much in the 70s. Feminists just wanted equal rights. I agree. I mean, I don't disagree. The beginning of feminism, yes, they wanted equal rights. But this is why I say modern, right? Essentially modern feminism, right? Modern feminists. It's not about equal power anymore. It's about power. I mean, it's not about equality anymore. It's about power. So women want advantages, and they want to take advantage of men. All right, they want to be in a better, be put on a pedestal. Warline, I'm legit schizophrenic, and y'all are somehow even more delusional. Please tell me what's delusional. I'm down for a conversation. I'm down for a conversation. Like back up your opinions with a little bit more words. I'm not asking for like statistics or anything, but I'm always down for an opinion versus an opinion. Why not, right? Have a conversation. And again, these are just topics. Exactly. Some of today's feminists even preach they don't need a man. And oh my God, Kara, exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? And that's the problem. There are feminists that are just preaching they don't need a man for anything. And again, they're creating that dynamic where honestly, why they're better off single, right? Why they're better off single? Because they're too delusional, such a hypocrite and selfish. And why feminists, right? Pretty much feminists, right? As they get older, they become bigger red flags because that mindset only gets worse. Misogynist bullshit. Okay, Steve, tell me why. Where's the hate of women in this? Where's the hate of women? Literally, I don't promote hate towards women at all. Right? I could explain what I mean by these three, but again, there's no hate. Also, let's say this. Saying that modern Western women, essentially feminists, modern day feminists, need to stay single isn't a hate because there's so many women that promotes they'd rather be single, right? So many women are promoting they'd rather be single for the rest of their life. Goldman Sachs did a study that by 2030, about 45% of women will be single and childless. You think that's hated towards women? That's not hate. Men need women, women need men. Every person walking on this planet got here by one man, one woman. Caroline is spitting facts. Exactly. I 100% agree. We need each other. We definitely need each other. Vinny, this guy's definitely an incel. I'm sorry you believe that, but literally, please prove it. Please prove it. Literally, I ain't talking about I can't get a woman, right? I'm not talking about being involuntarily celibate. That's not my topic for today. And definitely not, involuntarily celibate. But again, I don't mind the haters. I don't mind the trolls. I don't mind the disagreeers, right? Thank you guys for being here. Even if you disagree, even if you hate on me, even if you want to troll, I don't mind. Hooking them. Hooking them. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the love. Guys, thank you for the love. Please like the live. Please like the live. All right? You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. Again, like I said, these are just conversation starters, right? If you guys are bored, if you guys got nothing to do, let's talk, let's chill. I mean, if you guys want, right? If you guys want. It's just a way to have a conversation. It's just a way to have a conversation, right? Some clear-cut, conversation ideas. If you guys have a disagreement, let's talk. Let's talk. If you guys are bored, let's have a conversation. Hip, men having a issue with Western women is a red flag. If you say so. Because honestly, again, it's essentially just feminists, right? Maybe I should have put feminists, but I'll probably do that next time. I'll probably change it up to more feminist, but yeah. But you can see that, you can see how our dating environment is, right? You know, marriage rates are going down, birth rates are going down. Um, you know, hookup culture, situationships, those are on the rise. So, you know, you got to see the problems in our dating environment, right? In our men and women's dynamics. There are issues in it. And like I said, when I mean modern Western women, I essentially mean feminists. I mean, I probably should be more clear, right? I'll probably be more clear next time. TV. Okay, quick question. How is aging a red flag? Okay, thank you. I'll answer it. So, number two, I said as women age, they become bigger red flags in dating. Okay, so as women age, they become more combative, more aggressive, more dominant. You know, they can become more set in their ways. So, both men and women, but for women in particular, okay, it makes them bigger red flag in dating. It makes them a bigger red flag in dating because they're more set in their ways. So it's usually their way or the highway. Usually they are the leader. Essentially, they are the man in their life. One became the man of their life. The man that they want in their life. They also have a personality that is very hard to deal with. They're very jaded. They become jaded as they get older. They become, like I said, more combative, right? You're disagreeable, right? I mean, it's your life. You have been single for so long. You have been, you have paid your bills for so long. You have taken care of yourself for so long. You are set in your ways. So anyone that comes into your life, they have to, follow your rules, right? So, towards men, that becomes a bigger red flag. Nobody here should be taking advice about women from a gay man. Think about it. Literally said no advice. It's not advice, really, right? These are just conversations. Conversation. Mark, what's up, my brother? I was watching one of your videos where you said life experience makes women hard to deal with. I agree with you, but most people will say they need life experience to mature. Here's my thing, right? I think that women getting life experience does not, again, life experience is great. But again, it goes to a certain amount, right? A woman that in her 40s, the amount of life experience she gained becomes useless. Now, let's say a woman that's 25. Let's say a woman that's 30. She's gained already a decent amount of life experience. That can be, good for maturity. But there's only a so amount. So, there's only so much life experience that a woman needs to gain that maturity. Okay? Hell, some people could say, a woman can gain enough maturity at 21, at 25. So, but I don't disagree with you, right? A bit of life experience is a good thing. Mr. Pugh, if men or women want a good life and relationship, they need to get closer to Jesus. Religion, if religion helps you, it's always a good thing, right? If you do whatever you think may help your life. Do whatever you think that may help your life. Again, guys, these are just, conversation starters, conversation topics, right? If you guys want to go back and forth on it, right? Respectfully, I'm very respectful, right? I'm even respectful to haters. So, Hello? $4 o'clock. Sure. Phone number? 267 240 0545. Just your hands? Okay. All right, 4 o'clock. Again, like I said, I mean, if you guys are bored, if you guys got nothing to do, let's have a conversation, right? And again, I mean, I could always expand on what I mean by these prompts, right? I could always explain it, right? If you guys have a question, if you guys like don't understand what am I talking about, I'm willing to expand on any of these. Just conversation starters, right? If you guys are bored, nothing to do, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Adventure. What's up? Truth. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for agreeing. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. How can we go 50-50 if girls are broke? Here's the thing. Don't date a broke woman. Don't date a broke woman. All right? Because then what does she bring into your life? All she is a leech. If you're dating a broke woman, all she brings is her body. All she brings is her body and being a leech. So don't date a broke woman. Here's the thing where if women can ridicule men for being broke, you should have no problem with doing the same thing to women. All right? You should value women more than just their bodies. What does a woman get dating you? Here's the thing where me particularly, right? I've always provided for the women I've been with, right? I personally believe I'm emotionally intelligent. I'm empathetic, right? Caring, loving, understanding. I've supported every woman I've been with, okay? I've been there, take care of her needs, provide, protect. But I also, very respectful, right? I accept, opinions and thoughts, so nothing too crazy. Whatever they need, exactly, whatever they need. Mark, I 100% agree with you. I believe life, relationship experience does make a woman hard to get along with. I'm not really seeing a significant difference in mental, emotional maturity, regardless of it. That's the thing where, again, a little bit of life experience is okay, right? But let's be honest. I don't think that. I think it's because you gotta think, right? A woman that's 21, she has a lot of life experience compared to, like, let's say, most 30-year-old. A 21-year-old will probably have a lot more life experience than a 30-year-old, right? So I don't think it's only enough, right? Because when I say life experience, you also think about the trauma that comes with life experience. Too much trauma for women is never a good thing. Carolina, when it comes to experience and how someone views the world, that can be male or female, it is the life that they have led. I mean, yes, I agree. But you gotta think, right? When it comes to life experience, there's also trauma that comes along with it, right? As we gain life experience, we also gain trauma. Trauma for people, never a good thing. But trauma for women, definitely not a good thing. Trauma for men, the strong men will survive and become stronger, right? Men will become stronger. Men will become stronger after those life experiences, after those traumas, hopefully, right? Nothing is 100%, nothing's for sure, but hopefully after men gain life experiences, traumas, and they persevere through it, pick themselves back up, improve, hopefully they become stronger. Now, for women, men don't need women to become stronger. Men do not need women to become stronger. Now, if she's a strong woman, that's great. That's great and all, but a lot of times when women become too strong, again, they become too set in their ways, right? They become too set in their ways. I've dated some really strong, independent women before. It definitely wasn't the best. So, men don't desire women to become strong women. Correct. Carolina said some men don't become stronger. They just become distant and emotionally vacant. I agree. That is why you don't get with those men. You don't get with those men. I also believe in the survival of the fittest. I believe the survival of the fittest. All right? Don't get with men that become weaker after going through trials and tribulations. It's who you pick. Adventure. My ex would say how strong she was all the time. Yes. Do not get with women that talks about how strong they are. Those are women that will only bring chaos. Nap with us. It's not an issue unless you're trying to take care of your woman. When they hit 28 or older, let them be strong and take care of themselves. Now, that's what I said, right? That's why I said the 50-50 part. That's why. Because we have so many women desiring to be strong, great, fine. If you desire to be strong, let's do partnership. If your thing is strength as a woman, okay, let's do a partnership, right? Where we both contribute as equally as possible to everything. Survival of the fittest doesn't work for humans. That's not how we built society. Here's the thing, right? You could think that, but I think that is kind of how we built society. I mean, again, it's not 100%, okay? We have evolved. We have evolved since then, but I do agree there's a bit of that, right? Because people are not desiring the weakest of our society. People are not desiring the weakest of our society. 50-50 works for some of my girlfriends, but my wife is a stay-at-home wife. Again, this is not an absolute, right? Again, we're all adults. We're all adults. Do what is best for you. Do what's best for you. It's just a conversation, right? I said 50-50 is for, I think, average people, most people. It's not for everyone. You can choose how you want your life to be. What are the traditional roles for women? Traditional power for men? I'm actually quite partial to the statement, but I would like some clarification. Okay, traditional role. All right. Taking care of the husband, household, and children. Right? Following your husband's lead. Traditional power for men, leadership. Right? You are responsible for the survival of your family. You are responsible for the survival of your family. You are responsible for the well-being, the happiness of your family. None of the kings and rulers were the strongest. I mean, strongest can mean in many ways, right? Mindset, charm, strength. Strong does not mean just one thing, muscles. Strong does not mean just one thing, muscles, because if you can outsmart someone who's stronger, well, you win. It's just it is survival of the fittest, not necessarily meaning the person with the biggest muscles. Resolute. That's semantics. Relationships are not 50-50. They are 100%. It is semantics. It's basically partnership. Who do you see says 50? Who do you see says 100? All right. It is just a topic. Okay. Usually people, it's a what is it? You would call it just a type of relationship, right? It's partnership. Because 100 combined is 200%. It's kind of technically not, doesn't really work. 200% doesn't really make sense. Well, you said kings are born into power, but again, but a king can, if he wasn't fit, they can lose their power. And again, you got to think, who was the person who born them into power? No, the weak like Bill Gates, Elon, they weren't weak. They were extremely smart. Again, right? I'm not just talking about fist fighting. Right? I'm not just talking about fist fighting. Right? I'm not just talking about fist fighting. Right? Strength can also be an intelligence. Thanks to our modern world, strength is also intelligence. Strength in mind is also a thing. There's some truth to what you're saying. Thank you, FST over. Thank you, thank you. Again, strongest can mean also mind. The strongest minds, right? Perseverance, the strength of your mind. Alan, women take care of everything, including the man. While the man is responsible for being ready to protect them and make all decisions, the man also takes care of the family. Right? Financial take caring, right? Decision making. Right? You can't say that the man is not taking care of his family. Could you live without your bills being paid, without a roof over your head? That is taking care of your family. Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. It's a play on the phrase saying that both partners should give 100% effort and not just. There's no settling for 50-50. It's partnership. You're both giving as equal as possible. You're just changing the words. Again, the common phrase is 50-50. That is the common phrase. The common phrase isn't 100-100. I mean, you're just playing with the word. It is fine, but I explained it. Right? It is partnership. Both parties give as equal as possible. Carolina says, traditional roles for women: take care of your man, children, and home. 100%. Renard or Johnson, 1 to 3 is on point. Thank you, thank you. Carolina, you take care of your man and your children in your home with a loving heart. You're all into it. 100%, bro. Once it's sex, it's also bad. Again, not everything is about sex. Stop living your life about sex. Stop living your life with lust being in control. Not everything should be about sex. Mace man, stop letting sex be your everything. Dog star, but I'm more equal. I agree. Equality. Okay, so at that point, why wouldn't we change the roles and allow women to be bread makers and dads to be more involved in the household? I feel like that would benefit both parties. Again, that is not, I mean, if that happens, great. I'm not complaining if that happens. But in general, women are not desiring to take care of a man. Women do not desire to take care of a man. And again, if you, I think if you switch up roles, you're just going to switch up resentment, right? You are just going to switch up resentment. Women can resent a man for her being the breadwinner, right? I've seen it before where women resent the stay-at-home dad for being a bigger part of their children's life. I've seen it before, right? Again, resentment can switch up. I believe in equality, so both parties won't feel taken advantage of in any way. Pops, yo, bro, I love your videos. God bless. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I love you. Johnson, it's so funny because a man is self-sufficient, but his desire is what cripples him. I agree. My brother, stop thinking about sex. Stop letting, if you don't have a woman or if you can't have sex, be the point of all arguments. Not everything is about sex. Mace man, your search history though didn't try to flip it. No, I'm more looking into stocks. My search history is more about stocks and YouTube things. So I'm sorry, I'm not you, my brother. Stop thinking about sex all the time. Nap with you says, Alan, it doesn't take stress away from women. They absolutely do not want to pay for a man at all. It's biology. I think if we switch the roles, we will just switch resentment. I mean, what's wrong with the traditional roles being usurped in the service of a more 50-50 partnership with both parties putting the same amount of effort into both Again, I never said that they shouldn't. Literally, that's what I mean by number one, right? So, number one, I mean 50-50 in the sense that both parties are contributing as equally as possible to the finances. Both parties are contributing as equally as possible to the domestic work. Both parties are contributing as equally as possible to the child care. That's what I mean by 50-50. Johnson, agree with that once I refocus on myself and not on a nymph, then I see relationships clearly. Exactly. My brothers, do not let sex and women be your weakness. All right? Sex and women shouldn't be everything. All right? Focus on yourself. Focus on bettering yourself, my brothers. Nap with 80% of all interactions are based on sex. Take sex out of it and you literally eliminate 80% of it. Here's the thing. That's why we need to refocus. We need to refocus. All right? Men should also focus on, what women contribute into your life besides sex. I mean, you're saying that both genders can't handle their traditional responsibility. So what's wrong with encouraging them to move past the roles? I'm literally encouraging it. I'm literally encouraging it. So, Alan, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, yes, you said you agree with the statement. Okay. Yo, bro, then how is nothing about sex when Jesus made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve? I mean, again, it shouldn't be, I'm just saying it shouldn't be 100% sex, right? It shouldn't be, sex shouldn't be your absolute, priority. That's what I mean. Because when sex becomes your absolute priority, it is okay for women to give you less and demand more of you because sex is such a priority for you. But I think that if that's the case, then the roles are inherently flawed and we should move past them to avoid again, I said it. For average people, I think a partnership, which is usually termed 50-50, a partnership is usually termed 50-50, should be the role for average people. Most people, right? Traditional roles is not suitable for most people. Dog Star, yeah, this chat is very lustful. Again, this is the thing. No, this is how people attack men, right? This is how people attack men. You are incel. You can't find a girl. You need sex. My life is not always about women and sex, right? My life isn't about women and sex. Now, I love sex. I love women. But again, that is not my priority. That shouldn't be yours too. As men, we should focus on other things. Sex is basically the point of all of this for most human males. If it's just us in a basement, we need nothing. Here's the thing. There should be other things, right? Why shouldn't, again, taking care of kids, right? Happiness and why don't you, hanging out with a woman, right? Women offer more than just sex. Women offer more than just sex. Companionship, friendship. Women also level men out. Right? Women also level men out. John Shaw, gotta love incels giving dating advice. Bro is probably still a virgin. Not a virgin. I have 3 kids. It should not even be 50-50, to be honest with you. It should be one-on-one scenarios. She and yourself need to be independent, supporting your own life. Again, guys, you're taking, and I get it, right? I love it. I mean, you are focusing on the 50-50 part when honestly, I'm talking about partnership, right? Both people contributing as equally as possible in every category. Buster Cheeks, what's up, my brother? What's up? Look at him. He's a fucking Discord mod, Jeremy. If you think so, that's up to you. If you think so. I don't mind the trolls. I don't mind the haters. I don't mind the trolls. I don't mind the haters. Thank you for the support nonetheless. Alan, you agree with that? You agree that I'm a Discord mod? That hurts. That hurts, my brother. I thought you at least... see a little bit different, but hey, it's all good. I never figured that you would like me anyway. I never figured you would like me anyway, so it's all good. Bro, who are you to give advice? Whether you take anything I say, that's up to you. Gooning to the max for the Hakeem and Chuckster. Okay. Johnson said my life's my finance in life is secure as is, so I don't want any additional baggage. Why invite someone else? I need to see that they can maintain their stuff needs to be in addition. Again, yes, pick a woman that can handle her stuff. Right? Again, don't be dating broke women. So you're encouraging both parties to move past the roles, but also take offense at the idea that women want more strength. That's my own. What are you talking about? Want more strength? Right? What do you mean by women want more strength? I'm saying, okay, being an adult, being a productive functioning, a full functioning adult doesn't mean that you need more strength. Right? Both parties should be a fully functioning, productive adult. Yes, sex is not my priority, my man. If it's yours, that's up to you, John. Everything shouldn't be about sex. I mean, if you want to be a perv, you can be it. I don't mind, I don't mind loser men being degenerates. That is your life to do. Anyone can give advice, bust their cheeks. I mean, it's up to you if you take anything. You don't have to listen to me. We're just having a conversation. But I like it, boobs. I like boobs too. But again, that's not my priority in life. Men need bigger priorities in life. Jesus H. Christ. Hey, my incel homie. Why are you saying this stuff out loud? I'm having a conversation. If you guys can't talk, that would be the start of the world going into ruins. Have conversations. Don't bottle things up. Right? Men like you will bottle shit up until you shoot up a school. 30, going on 31. I don't think I'll handle a position of power well. I don't like the idea of being challenged and being in charge of people. Zombie Bader, that's why I said, that's why I think partnership is better for most people. A partnership is better for most people. And I mean an equal partnership. A marriage is a team effort. 100% Jay, I agree. 100% Jay, I agree. Silence is always an option, but why would you choose silence? Right? We live in America. Right? Speech is a freedom. Use it. Right? Speech is a freedom. Use it. I mean, yeah. All right, but marriage is not also not suitable for most people. I do agree. That's why I'm not really talking about marriage as well. I'm talking about relationships, right? I'm just talking about relationships. We're hated in this country, men. I agree. We're hated. Exactly. What else besides sex? A good woman is like a microscope. She can focus on you in the right direction to see the fine details very much needed. I agree. Right? We shouldn't just value women on just sex. They're just trolls, DA. Stop focusing. I mean, again, I show respect to everyone, right? I show love and respect to everyone. So, I might as well read these comments out because, again, then we'll have a quiet stream. No one wants a quiet stream. So you're right that for most people, traditional doesn't work because they would prefer not to try it, but also they fail. I agree. This is the thing where I don't think for most people, average people, right, traditional is not a good thing, right? I don't think women can handle traditional roles, and I don't think men can handle the power that I don't think men can handle traditional power. If that's what you think. Jeremy, I agree. Dude saying that most human males care about sex the most is insane. What a miserable life. I can't even imagine being like, Again, I want to fight against that. We as men should not be putting our lust and women on a pedestal. My brothers, please focus on things more than just women and sex. Right? Have more focus in life. Manual, I'm like 1 of 9 likes. It's all good, right? I mean, if you guys like it, that will be helpful. If you guys like the stream, it will be helpful. But I can understand if you guys are triggered. Thank you, Manuel. Thank you for the love. Again, I don't mind the trolls. You guys are still amazing for even coming by. Carolina, I agree. Marriage isn't about sex when you're not having it. It's 90% of the marriage. It's a conversation you need to have with your other half. But sex isn't what marriage is built on. I agree. I'm not saying sex isn't important. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm barely on it. Evil Eddie runs that Discord more than me. I'm barely on the Discord. And again, is that a mod or is that the one who has a Discord? I don't know. Do you call a person who owns the Discord a mod? I thought it was just a moderator. I don't know. I mean, it's okay. I'm just joking. Again, guys, I may be a little bit behind because I'm trying to read as many comments as I can. Okay, let's address number 2. What red flags are you referring to that only older women perpetuate? Again, I may not say only older women perpetuate, but it's more of a detriment for women than it is for men when they are in the dating market. So, what is something? Yo, laughing man, what's up, my brother? Women become more jaded, more aggressive, more combative, right? More, set in their ways, right? Women essentially become leaders, right? Leaders, directors, or presidents of their own life, right? So, going back into the dating market, they cannot handle being led by a man, right? They would be very short-tempered, very short against men. While, yes, men can gain the same mindset, women don't mind being led, right? Women don't mind adding to a man's life if he has the resources to, behind it. Now, even if a woman has the resources, she's not going to support a man. MGTOW Cowboy, the sad truth is that men are hated, especially single men. I agree. Gucci, bro's mad, she said no. I don't think so. Again, sorry if I'm reading behind. I'm trying to read the comments. It's not that easy. The Abbey of every man. Chopped ass hair. If you say so. I don't mind the haters. I don't mind the trolls. Right? I don't mind. Ugly girls support men. Gucci. I don't believe that. Well, I hope that's not true. I mean, I agree. Traditional relationships are statistically more successful. I think, would it be relationships or would it be marriages? I don't know. I think marriages. But, again, you got to think. Marriage rates are down, right? Not many people are getting married. Marriage rates are going down. What do you call the union of a man and woman? Again, marriage rates are going down, right? I think there's a difference between a relationship, a long-term relationship, compared to a marriage. Yes, it's real hair. It's real hair, laughing man. Thank you guys for being here. No. You're talking legally distinct. I'm just talking about, generally speaking, about men and women sticking together for life. That's a marriage. I mean, I guess, I mean, yeah, you can say that. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, right? I guess modern day vernacular has changed our concept of it. So I agree. I don't disagree, right? It has changed our mindset. But here's my thing where although right, traditional unions have been statistically successful, I'm seeing marriage rates are going down, right? Marriage rates are going down. Divorce rates are high. I think things are changing. So to change along with it, I think traditional relationships are almost, not the most beneficial. What do you mean traditional power? What do I mean by traditional power? I mean the responsibility of leading your family, of leading your woman, right? The power that comes with leading your family, leading your woman. I'm talking about providing for your family 100%, providing for your women 100%. That's what I mean by traditional power. Baby bra, found out I was a feminist in college, took a class on it, and scored 97% on the feminist test. Are there feminist tests? My God, I haven't been in college in ages. Are there feminist tests out there right now? That is insane. If there are feminist tests, I don't know. The world is crazy. The world is absolutely crazy. Please tell me, are there feminist tests out there right now? If you listen to him, he's popping off about men more than women. Yes, I hold it, I don't, it's not like I'm hating on women. Brother, you don't have a woman or a family. I have 3 kids, but you know what? Who gives a shit? Why does it matter? Yeah, right. Most men can't handle it. That's why historically most men did not get to procreate. Again, yeah, I said the powers. That's why I said a partnership is better for average people. Exactly. See, the union of marriage started dying out in the late 60s and 70s. Now look at this world. I agree, Carolina. I agree. So basically, every conservative man does that every day. It's only liberal ones that can't. I mean, again, I don't mean every man, right? I don't mean every man, right? I don't mean every man. Now, if you can handle it, awesome, right? But you also gotta think: can you find a woman that can handle it as well? Can you find a woman that can handle a traditional role? I would beg to differ. Also, we have a lot of, I don't know if it's true or not, but we have a lot of liberal women saying that conservative men are trying to date them. So, why would I show you my kids? What a perv. So you want to see my kids? I'm sorry, I'm not in here just to support grown-ass men wanting to look at children. Avocado is trying to do an appeal to authority. He's only listening to people based on who they are, not what they're saying. I agree. Mark, most modern women don't have the skill sets to handle traditional roles. 100%. 100%. Exactly what I mean. Here's the thing, right? Colleges, like literally, I forgot who said it, said that there are feminist tests. There are feminist tests. So literally, do you think that colleges is pumping out traditional women? No, they're fucking not. Colleges are not pumping out traditional women. Right? And I believe a lot of women, if not majority of women, are going to college. So Mark, 100% on point. Wendy, how creepy. I'm sorry you believe that. Tomboy women for the win, MC. MC says college is a scam and a propaganda machine. 100%. I agree. The point isn't whether it happens. It's really about whether can most men handle the responsibility of creating offspring, and can most women handle the responsibility of maintaining a relationship. Yeah, I agree with that in some way, right? The question is, do kids do better in two-parent household? Yes, kids do better in a two-parent household. Sarah, I agree. Okay, great. I'm guessing she agrees to MC. Find yourself a woman in the trades, gentlemen. Interesting. That is interesting. I never thought about that, right? But that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard. A woman in the trades, that's not common at all. That will not be common at all. Guys, please like the live. Please like the live. I mean, you know, I know even if you don't support, please like the live. If you get even a little bit of entertainment, right? Please like the live. Right. That's the old man and a woman's bad gag. I don't get it. I dated an electrician. They make bank, but yeah, not common. yeah, they're not common. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised they make bank, right? Again, we as a society, we downplay blue collar people too much. Blue collar people is what makes our world, is what runs our society. Rest in peace to number 3 women. Gray man, thank you for being here. Guys, please like the live. Please like the live. It's helpful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, guys. Please like the live if you guys could. Please like the live if you guys could. If you guys are bored, we're having a conversation. I'm a disabled veteran. I just need someone to help me out day to day and I'll be set. Working not required. That's amazing. I mean, again, find good companionship. That's why I said women are more than just sex. It's companionship. It's a helpmate. I believe women are a helpmate, not just about sex. Jesus. I do think that most women do want a man with resources, right? To say that women are gold diggers, I mean, most women are gold diggers, I don't know. But I think most women do want a man with resources. Thank you guys for being here. Please like the live, guys. Please like the live. Women don't want to date anyone broke. It's like an emotional bank. You can't just take what you want. If you're not providing money, you need to step up emotionally. I agree. MC, I agree. You got to give more, right? I mean, don't just take, give, right? You shouldn't be just taking from a relationship. You should also be giving.
Thank you for charging.
It's not cool if you just take. King Neptune, get off the internet and get in the real world. I'm literally in the real world right now. And it's funny, you are also on the internet. I love the hypocrisy. My brother. King Neptune, I love the hypocrisy. It's funny that it's always funny when people online tell you to get off online, to get off online. It's really interesting. Yeah, but I don't let it ruin my brain. I don't know what but how does it ruin whose brain, right? Who's talking about ruining anyone's brain? Ant, I'm a giver. Awesome. You can't handle it. You can't handle it. Hello. sitting still. I don't know why you can't handle it. I don't know what you mean by can't handle. I mean, we're all trying to have a hopefully fun conversation, right? Just having a conversation. It's not the worst thing ever to just have a conversation with each other. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone is doing well. Please, if you guys haven't, if you guys, won't mind, please subscribe. We'll do more of these conversations. I have other videos as well. Interesting, I think interesting opinion videos. I do reaction videos, so I would love your thoughts on them. This is so old and played out. It's not real. It's not clicking. Stop watching whatever podcast. Interesting that you know what it is. Interesting you know what whatever podcast is. But literally, there's so much in this world. Again, you think men talking about women weren't around before whatever podcast? You think only once whatever podcast came along, that's when men start talking about women? Locker room talk was a thing, you know that, right? Locker room talk, bros hanging out, talking about shit. Those things happen, you know that, right? Maybe you are still a child, so you don't really know anything before whatever podcast, which speaks a lot to your mindset. But, men talking about women isn't a new thing. Having a conversation isn't a new thing. Yes, Ant. Women smell very nice. I definitely agree. Guys, get your cologne up too, right? Buy some colognes, right? Buy some interesting... I just got I forgot the name. It's a Versace cologne, right? I just got that. It smells really good. It smells pretty good. It's a blue bottle. I don't remember the name. I gotta look it up. It's a Versace cologne. Definitely get your cologne game up. Your statements 1 through 3 are not based on current social reality. Sadly, they demonstrate how men have a difficult time evolving. Please explain. Please explain. Literally, right? Literally, number one, right, is partnership. So that's a more modern day take. So literally, I disproved you by number 1. Right? I disproved you by number 1. Going 50-50 is a modern ideology. So I'm sorry, Gun 71. I'm sorry, Gun 71, but literally number 1 is a modern day take. So I think you are really foolish in your viewpoint. Gray man, you don't need cologne. Spelling nice is always a good thing. Spelling, those smells are good. They're not bad. I agree that 50-50. Yes, I agree. It's a partnership. I think both parties need to contribute as equally as possible, right? So no one feels taken advantage of. Ant, I like to rest my head on a nice bosom. That is amazing. I definitely don't disagree with that. Everything is an ideology. I definitely agree, right? Jade, everything is an ideology. I 100% agree, right? Whether you believe, it's only about, we're just talking about ideologies, right? We're just talking about opinions and viewpoints. You just said, literally, so now you agree. Gun, now you agree, right? Yes, correct. 50-50 is true. Then literally what you just, your last message was false. So really, you literally just proved yourself wrong. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to attack you or anything, but literally you just disproved your first statement. She is not your wife. Both of you should work till marriage and kids, then talk. I definitely think that partnership is the way to go for most people. I think traditional relationships should be reserved for a small select few of people, right? I believe traditional relationships should be reserved for a few select people. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. Please like the live. It's helpful. Please like the live. I used to not be an advocate for 50-50, but I'm a changed man. Most modern women aren't worth taking care of 100%, and they won't appreciate you if they don't come out of their own pocket. I do agree. I do agree. And here's the thing also, right? I believe most men have been suffering for not being a bigger part in their children's lives. I believe most men have suffered for not being a bigger part of their children's lives. Most men focus completely on working and sacrifice time with their children. Also, you're sacrificing time with your wife, right? You are losing your relationship stability. So, might as well both contribute so you have time for other things. What are the red flags in older women? It's a mindset. Women become more jaded, right? Women become more jaded, become more masculine, become more combative, more aggressive, more dominant as they get older, right? Right? Women become more set in their ways as they get older. And really, I go 0-100. I pay my way with sweet loving. Flip those gender roles. Bro, if you can do that, mad props to you. I mean, you tell me, right? Do you like a woman that is set in her ways? Do you like a woman that honestly is aggressive, combative, jaded? It's a mindset that honestly most men do not desire in a woman. Jade, if you love your partner, then you shouldn't pay attention to what other people say. You should pay attention to your partner. I do agree. I do agree. Communication is important. Communication is important. Set in her ways, absolutely. I don't know. A person that is set in their ways is very strict. Is very I've dated women with my way or the highway kind of mindset, and it's you cannot do nothing. You do not have any autonomy. You don't have any autonomy in the relationship. When a woman is set in her ways, she controls the relationship. You cannot have two people fighting for power. You cannot have two people fighting for power. Now, unless you are the type of man that powerful woman, then okay, then that's perfect for you. Right? That is perfect for you. But I don't think most men are, right? Most men are not desiring to be led by a woman. Now, partnership is the way, right? Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. A lot of love and respect. A lot of love and respect, right? We're hanging out, having a conversation. That's it. Doesn't marriage create learned helplessness for women? I don't know. I mean, that's an interesting thought. Light star, doesn't marriage create learned helplessness for women? That's an interesting thing. Well, I mean, if it does, this is why I said partnership is better. So you don't feel helpless or you don't feel taken advantage of. Jade. No one set in their ways is easy to deal with. Relationships require compromise so that both of you can meet in the partner. You can't. Exactly. Jade is spitting wisdom. Jade is spitting some logic. She's spitting some wisdom. I 100% agree. 100% agree. 50-50 is a coin with two distinct sides. Yeah, a man and a woman, right? One side is the man, the other side is the woman. And for men. Okay. I don't get it. And for men? What do you mean and for men? Winter, what do you mean and for men? That would be like saying women that don't have bodyguards have learned helplessness. Sure, but they're Jade, it doesn't. If she's helpless before, she'll be helpless after. The next question is, why did you marry someone who don't want to help? I agree. It would be fair to say that when people get married young, around the age of 18, 19, They don't know how to compromise. I do not recommend getting married in your teens. That is honestly a ridiculous thing in my opinion, particularly if you don't have good guidance, right? If you do not have amazing guidance in your life, getting married so young is ridiculous. Man, I mean, I don't think so, right? Marry a man that was proficient when before you married him. Married a man when he was proficient before you married him. I don't disagree. There are 90-year-olds that don't know how to compromise. I mean, are there really? I mean, again, people who set in their ways, honestly, it's just, boo, women are children. Okay. Buster, I agree. You should never get married legally. Nope, you will find these people. I was married at 19. You were married at 19. Marriage lasts 20 years. I compromised before, during, and after marriage. He did too. Wait, are you still married? Marriage lasted 20 years. So if you're still married, amazing. Right. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. Please like the live. Please like the live, right? Again, I just want to create an environment for us to talk, for us to hang out, chit chat, right? Have some interesting debates, have some interesting, no, we're divorced because of disabilities and both having ADHD. I don't know. I mean, that is your marriage. That is your life. I'm like, okay. I mean, didn't you guys have that disability before, during the marriage? I mean, so I don't know. 20 years of marriage. 20 years of marriage. I personally, right? Again, it's your life. It's your marriage. I'm not telling people what to do. I think it's a shame. 20 years of marriage. Marriage wasn't a failure. We couldn't help each other, so we chose to divorce. 20 years? My girl, 20 years, and you guys couldn't help each other? I don't know. I mean, like I said, right? It's your life. I'm not saying you wrong or right. I'm just saying, like, 20 years? You guys couldn't help each other for 20 years? I don't know. He found out in his, I mean, okay, guys, this is maybe a little bit off the topic, but I don't know. I don't believe I have ADHD, but is it such a disability? I don't know. Because even if you found out you had ADHD at 30, he found out in his 40s. What does that change during that 20 years of marriage? I mean, it's not like once you hit 30, boom, that's when you found out. Or once he hit 40, that's when he found out. I mean, that's my thing. Is it? I mean, what kind of problems? I mean, I want to learn. I would love to learn, right? I would love to learn because I don't understand what's the problem. Mark said 20 years of marriage was a success to me if there was growth. I mean, 20 years of marriage and then ended in divorce. I don't know if I consider that a success. But again, I'm not trying to hate on anybody. Or I'm not trying to hate on anybody. I don't understand, right? The whole ADHD community. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm ignorant to it. I only think about it when I hear ADHD. And again, please excuse me if I'm ignorant, right? Please excuse me if I'm ignorant about it. When I hear people say ADHD, is that they're hyper. They can't focus, right? They're hyper and can't focus. I think discipline solves that. But again, I'm speaking from ignorance. We started off broke, and until Jan of this year, we both making six figures. Okay, but you built together. You built together, right? So I think that's an amazing thing. What you call Chinese guy with a camera? I don't know. Nothing to do. Nothing to do. If you're bored, let's come up, right? I think ADHD is filming. That's a good joke. Yo. That's a good joke. Filming. Yo, that is a good joke. I may have to steal that. So I think ADHD is like this. Having ADHD is like having a limb missing. No matter what you do, you still have a limb missing. That's interesting. But why does that make relationship harder?
Hi.
Hello.
We are Jack.
Yes, you can sit in the chair. Do you think it's prices that get more expensive that more marriages will end? I don't know what that means because it makes harder on the family. I mean, money is always an issue. Money has always been in the top 5 reasons of divorces. All right, but a marriage wouldn't end because someone. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, but a marriage wouldn't end because somebody missing a limb. If we both have the same limb missing, there would be a hole in your marriage. But wouldn't you each make up the hole? I don't know. I would think you each would make up the hole. Send you a 50. The joke is not that good. The joke ain't that good. Nothing to do. The joke ain't that good. Why does it make it harder? Look at the chats. Listen to yourself. Some of y'all think we're crazy. Some of y'all think we're lying. No, again, I'm not. I hope that I don't support that, right? I just want to learn, right? I just want to learn. Marie, you are doing semantics, right? We talked about this. I don't agree with 50-50. It needs to be 100-100. I said what I said. I don't disagree, but here's the thing, right? It's the popular term, right? 50-50 is just the popular term. I basically when I say 50-50 is both contributing equally as equally as possible to a relationship, right? We're both when so not one person is, contributing more than the other person. Marie, I don't, we shouldn't be, I don't live on exceptions, right? When we're having conversations, I don't go off of exceptions. I'll go off general, right? This is why I said, this is like, again, this is for most people, in my opinion, average people, most people, right? There's always exceptions to the rule. I agree. But again, I don't just go by exceptions. Jade, still, thank you for enlightening me. It's an interesting thought. I should look into it more, right? I never thought about the issues concerning ADHD, right? So thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Again, Marie, I said 50-50 is just the popular term, right? No one is out here saying 100-100. At least not commonly. Usually people say 50-50. God damn it. But here's, even in your term, right? I'm giving you half of my love. I mean, no, I would look at it as you're giving half of the love in the relationship, right? The other half of the love in the relationship comes from your partner. You're paying half of the bill, right? Half of your energy. Well, you're giving half of the energy. You're giving half of the energy in the relationship, right? And the other half of the energy in the relationship is from your partner. Are you a fan of Flock of Seagulls? No. I mean, like, I do like the old school, the old school things. Len, thank you for being here. Why would I want half of a man? Okay, I get it. You don't want half of a man. Having HED is not being able to act perform. Yes, great man. 50-50 is 100-100. It's just doing equal, right? You can put out whatever number you want. Why don't you just say 200-200? Ghost man. I disagree with all questions. Why do you disagree? I would love to know. MGTOW, I just saw your comment now. So I don't know if your comments are showing up. What job you got? Are you talking about what job I have? Uh no, we're not hiring. I work in a nail salon. Nothing special. I work in a nail salon, right? I work in a nail salon, so it's nothing special. A trucker. Awesome, my brother. I mean, it is what it is. It makes okay money. All good. I mean, not every job is for everyone. You work, I sleep. It's all good. Yes, exactly. That's kind of the meaning of 50-50, right? Two halves make a whole, right? Hence the meaning. Exactly. The older I get, the more I want to live in a cabin with a farm away from it all. I mean, I do agree with that. I do understand that. A lot of people are like that. They want to live away from how society is. If you guys know any young men who need a good job, tell them look into trucking. I always thought about that too, right? I don't know. I always thought about it. Working for laborers, I'm not a laborer. Hell, as long as you find a job that makes money, that's all you need to do, right? I promote, right? Whatever job you have, save, budget, and invest. Boo, I just want to study mathematics in a cabin far away from everyone or a bunker. That's interesting. Mathematics? Am I Filipino? No, I'm Vietnamese. I'm Vietnamese. I'm going to at the beginning of the year, right? Sometime in January, I'm going to go to Vietnam, right? On a vacation. I'm definitely going to film some when I'm there, right? I'm going to film when I'm abroad. Hopefully you guys like it. Mr. Smith, the amazing man himself. What's good? What's up, my brother? Xin Chao. Thank you. 360 handle. What is up? Thank you. Xin Chao. Don't come back. Oh, that hurts. I mean, I love America. I'm sorry. I love America. Even if I traveled around the world, I've been to many places around the world. I still love America. Gray man, okay. You want to join? That's fine. In January, I'll be in Vietnam. I don't mind some of my brothers coming, right? If you guys want, get a plane ticket. Let's go. MGTOW, thank you for being here. I appreciate you, right? Thank you for coming by the stream. Thank you for coming by the stream. Guys, I love you. Guys, you guys are all amazing. I just want to create an environment where we can talk, where we can chat, hang and chill, right? Whether you agree, disagree, as long as we're having a conversation. are all ya gonna become passport bros? I don't know, right? Sadly, it's so hard finding a girl here. It's so hard finding a girl here. So I always say this, right? I mean, I don't say no to women in the West. I don't say no to women in the West. But I always say open up your options, right? As men, open up your options. Don't limit yourself to just, whatever place you live, right? Travel the world. Travel the world, right? But again, I mean, I've dated mostly American women, so it's not like I say no. It's weird. I've dated mostly American women, who are mostly black, but I mean, I've not gotten the best results. So I want to open up my options and see the world. But again, I love, you know, I don't judge women just purely based on where they live. Are you having problems finding women because your IFG with healers only? You don't ask for other support or take. I Here's the thing where I've had problems with women where I give more than I get, right? And I've always had this model, right? I will give 100% until I can't give it anymore, right? So I never hold myself back, right? I give a woman 100%, right? I treat her with the utmost respect, love, whatever I could do, right? To the best of my capability. But usually the women I go for or the women I've dated, they're they it drops off a cliff, right? So they may give me, let's say, 80, 70%. After a little while, a couple years, boom, it's like almost zero, almost 0%. So I don't know. Be patient, the right girl will come. I do agree. That's why I'm not worried about it. Mr. Smith, unlike a lot of guys, I have a very low threshold for female fuckery. Men's perseverance in one-sided relationship is their fatal flaws. I agree, right? I agree. That's been my it's been my downfall. I stay in relationships way too long while being treated like shit for way too long. And here's the thing, right? I don't hold women accountable. I mean, I don't blame women for it. I blame myself. I choose to stay in I choose the women that I choose, and then I choose to stay in relationships that honestly were terrible. Light, are you looking for women in real life or through the internet? Somehow in your local vicinity. I've dated women in real life, online, you know, many different ways. So I'd rather fix the problems. I agree. Cook, Cooked? No, not gay, not gay. I mean, I don't look like your typical, stereotypical masculine man, but not gay. I'm straight, but I'm 88% masculine. That is interesting. Is there a way to get that percentage? I don't know how. You seem homosexual. I mean, seem it, right? I'm not, like I said, I'm not your typical, your stereotypical masculine alpha man or whatever. But there are men's in different, shades and colors. Stop giving without the expectation of receiving anything back. You're disappointed because you feel like you're not getting anything, but maybe look back at your own efforts. I agree, Peter. I agree. That's why I hold myself accountable. I don't blame the women I've been with. I do not blame the women I've been with. I blame myself. I take a 100% accountability. I've dated multiculturals related to that. Led to marriage, both Caucasian and other, and neither ended well for me. I mean, at the end of the day, it happens. And why? Number, women in the lower age range are out earning men. The 50-50 conversation is just on a different plane now. In certain aspects, right? Certain aspects, women are out earning men in certain things, but in general, women aren't, right? Even in the younger ages, women are not out earning men. Now, it is growing, right? The gap is growing, but, Number 2, probably not. Probably, right? Number 3, no. There's a very, very wide variety of women in the West. But again, it's modern Western women. What I mean by that is like feminist mindset. I, it's the modern mindset, right? Modern, not traditional, right? Modern mindset. Western, I basically mean feminist. I should probably change it, right? I'll probably change those 3 words to feminist to be, I guess, a bit more understandable. I see men like characters in video games. Some men have better builds than others, but as long as they are willing to group and try new stats, he's awesome. It's the solo tanks demanding healers. You know what, Jade? I I kind of love the your analogy about video games. I kind of understand it. You know, I kind of understand it. So I kind of love that. Red door, red door. What's up, my sister? Hello, hello. I really do love your video game analogy. Okay, boo. I don't see anything wrong with you, fam. I love you. I love you. You guys are amazing. Once I stop keeping score, I liberated me from feeling that way. The machine will break when... Here's the thing where it's not about me keeping score, right? But there comes a time when you feel, right? You're not counting, oh, I'm doing this for you, you're not doing that for me. It's not that, right? That's not what I mean. It's that you feel like when you're in a relationship and you feel like you only give, right? You're not counting, you're not keeping score, but you're not getting anything from the relationship, right? You're not even feeling enjoyment from giving because they don't appreciate your giving, right? You're not even getting that. So again, it's not saying I'm keeping score, but you don't even feel fulfilled in giving. When you say delusional, can you give me an example? Okay, so delusional. When I say delusional, so one of a delusional trait is women want perfect men. So let's say men that are 6 feet, which are about 15% of the population. Women that want men are 6 feet. Women that want men that are 6 figures, which is probably about 20% of the population. Women that want men that are good in sex. Women that want men that are charming, good in good in bed, have a big dong, have a 6-pack, 6 feet tall, 6 figures. Again, yeah, that's when you're hitting the delusional mindset. The more you know me, the bigger the red flags get. Lynn, I don't like this fake alpha and feminist. Yeah. I'm definitely, I'm not on here to talk about alpha. I was making 6 figures dating the available men. Most of them didn't make as much as me, but they called me a gold digger because they worked that day. That's weird. Yeah, those men are fools, right? I mean, this is the thing where if you're giving to a woman doesn't necessarily mean that she's a gold digger. Treating someone good doesn't necessarily mean she's a gold digger. My problem is I saw a man 4 years ago and I don't know if he's available, but I know it was a good time for me, but I still can't get him out of my head for a reason. That's interesting. Shouldn't be on this app. Number 1, I agree in most cases. The objective is to be on even playing field with your partner and see yourselves as a team. I agree. Number 2, if women having more life experience bothers you, you're the problem. But here's the thing, it's also about the results, right? So this, right? If you say women having more life experience bothers me, okay, but again, are women with more life experience and having good results, good dating results? So it's not about just me. It's not about just me. Number 3, some of them. Okay, we can't agree with that. Jay, gaming and science fiction really closes the gap on social interactions when you're socially awkward like me. I'm kind of socially awkward, right? So I kind of got it, right? I could understand the analogy. I'm a socially awkward man. Men across the board are not the real men from before and should stop holding to that standard because they'll always be sad and disappointed. Masculinity is a prison. I kind of agree with that. I could agree with that. It doesn't matter if younger women are making more in their early years. Men earn more later in their 30s plus, and women are terrible with creating wealth. I kind of agree with that, Mrs. Smith. I agree with that. Drew, I'm 6 feet. Woo woo. Ah, I'm like 5'11". I just need a little bit more. I'm confused about the conversation. What are you confused about? Custom tailor, what are you confused about? I know I don't get Light Star said, I know I don't get a lot of social interaction from gaming and things on the internet. But where I'm at, it is very challenging for me to meet a man who makes over $1 billion. Well, I mean, the $1 billion thing, yeah, I can't help with that. But the social interaction, I'm trying to create a community where we can talk to each other, we can, chill, right? I'm an average guy. Gray man, you're an average guy, same as me. I'm an average guy. 50-50 only until things get tough. That goes out the window. It could, right? It could. Jody, choose what you want and stick with it. Equality, but not on equality, but not on dates. Traditional, but want your women working. I believe in equality full on, right? I don't believe if you're being traditional and then expect your women to work. Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't agree with that. So you're correct. I say choose what you want and stick with it. I do agree. Dr. Pepper or MR Pibb? I'll say Dr. Pepper. Light Star says, I know that I never wanted to have a man who didn't have a dong. I don't. What woman? You guys are funny as shit. What woman wants a man without a dong? I mean, come on. What straight woman wants a man without a dong? Isn't that just like, I don't know, lesbians? I'm pretty rational for a woman. Yes, you are. Marie, is it delusional to want a man who doesn't cheat? No, it's not. But, right, where delusional may fall under, right? You don't want a man that cheats, but let's say you want a football player, right? You want a football player that doesn't cheat. You want a man that makes $1 million that doesn't cheat. You want a really good-looking man that doesn't cheat. You want a very charming man that doesn't cheat. That's where you may hit delusional. I'm blunt, not hard for me to end relationships. Learn from closest to me. I agree. Don't cheat. I agree. 5'11" is perfect. Thank you. I mean, I've never had a problem with height. So, but it's for me personally. It's for me, right? If I hit 6 feet, it's like it feels like a nice even number. That's why I want the 6 feet thing. Not all men cheat. Not all women cheat. If you kept getting men that cheat, maybe you are the common denominator. Carolina, I agree as well. I cheat at Uno sometimes. I think I've cheated on Monopoly. There's a lot of beautiful people out there brainwashed by media, and it's destroying us. Jade, 100% agree. I 100% agree. Juke, Mr. Pibb, really? I've never had Mr. Pibbs. I've never had Mr. Pibb, so I'd rather be dumped than cheated on. I agree. I don't promote cheating. You might as well just leave. You might as well just break up. Don't cheat. Don't be labeled a cheater. Jade, you're a rare woman. 5'9" is perfect. 5'6" is perfect. It's the person we're wondering about. Red door. I think modern women have twisted what masculinity is in men. Real masculinity focus on personal growth, contributing to society rather than dominating each other. I agree with that. That's a lot of wisdom there. Connor, what kind of Kmart shoppers are in here? My God, Kmart? Man, I'm old. I am old. Talk about Kmart? Shoot. I don't think that's around at all anymore, is it? Right? That's completely bankrupt. That is a... Oh, Connor. Well, come on, Carolina. Let's get pizza. Whoa, is it my chat being a matchmaker now? My chat is finding love. Guys, thank you for being here. Who defines what masculinity is, though? A man or a woman? I love that. I love that question, right? That's an amazing, thoughtful question. That's an amazing, thoughtful question. That is hard, right? That is hard. Yes, dumbasses define masculinity. This is a thing where, exactly, right? I think the problem of us is trying to define masculinity, right? To be honest, here's my thing, right? I like to just define a good person, right? Just to define what's a good person. What masculinity or femininity is like, honestly, it's very, sometimes it can be very fluid. So it's hard. Luna, as women age, they become bigger red flags in dating. Anyone set stronger boundaries as they age and learn more about dating, regardless of gender. Those aren't problematic. Here's my thing, right? Here's my thing where I don't disagree, right? Having boundaries is great. Stronger boundaries is awesome, right? Learn more about dating, regardless of gender. I agree. But my problem, my thing is that, again, it doesn't make it it doesn't make you, honestly, a better partner to date. Now, you would only be, you'd be very jaded, right? Like, no, oh, you don't think you can't find nobody, right? You'd be very, set in your ways, right? Boundaries. And again, I promote everyone having boundaries. But I kind of think that a lot of the boundaries seem to not make certain women worth the hassle. So essentially, they become bigger red flags in dating, right? Again, red flags doesn't mean an automatic no. But again, it also means, what's the results? What are your results? Are you getting good results in dating? Usually not. Luke Dotson. Men determine femininity. Women define masculinity. Neither is right. A great partner is someone who matches you and your lifestyle, man or women. I agree. If people are a hassle, then then they aren't for you. I agree, right? I mean, again, if the person is a hassle or, whatever, they're not for you. But here's my thing, right? If you had got, like, I think hypothetically, right? If you, as a woman or a man, gotten with someone earlier in your like your life, right? When you were younger, you can build habits together, right? You can build a more compromising or a compromising nature, right? Or compromise type of nature. So you're able to promote or learn relationship skills. But I think as you get older, you kind of lose your relationship skills, kind of atrophy, right? So it gets harder. If you speak about declining value of people when it comes to dating because people set boundaries, you don't sound mature enough to even date. If you think so, right? I mean, at the end of the day, if that's what you think, that's what you think. But in all honesty, everyone has certain values. I think it's foolish. And I think it lacks maturity, in my opinion, if you do not think about people have values, right? You're not dating someone that has zero value to you. It's kind of ridiculous. Are you dating someone that brings zero value into your life? No. What woman or man is dating someone that brings zero value into their life? So, yes, you have to define. There are declining values, right? So, I think that's an immature mindset of yours, but that's my personal opinion. Lynn, I stopped dating 19 years ago. Aw. Caroline just popped my balloon. Amazing. Is my chat creating a love connection? I love it. I'm married at 22. What's your problem? Amazing. Great. I guess there's no problem. I'm not about to. Luna says, I'm not about to say dating is easy, but people make it unnecessary complex. I don't disagree, right? Luna, we can agree with that, right? We can agree with that, right? I do believe people make it unnecessarily complex. But let me say this, right? Let's go back to what we said before, right? You said stronger boundaries. I think as people get older, men or women, right? They make it the boundaries make it more complex. They make it harder. They make things more harder. First name, last name. What a weird username. Get your big ass head out of the way. Sorry. I'm sorry. Bob makes good videos. I bet a Western woman broke up with him. I mean, I've mainly dated Western women, so just stop participating in these fake threads, fake trends, and chasing the constant flow people are trying to hit. Just don't fall into the consumerist garbage, and you'll be good, boss. Traditionalism is killing us all. That's why I don't disagree, right? This is why I said, 50-50 is best. I think 50-50 is the best for everyone. Luke Dawson, can we hear your thoughts on traditional women? Here's my thing, right? I think modern women cannot handle, or they don't have the mindset or discipline or temperament to be a traditional woman, to be in traditional roles. What does that mean? What are traditional roles for women? Well, it's pretty much having 100%, of the domestic work, 100% of the childcare. They are helpmates to men. They follow the lead of men. I don't think modern day women can handle being in a traditional relationship. Also, I don't care if anyone is more selfish, hypocritical, etc. Isn't that better to see who isn't for you? I agree. I agree, but that's why I said women like this, right? Feminists, modern Western women, which I kind of mean feminists, should stay single because honestly, they exemplify delusion, hypocrisy, and selfishness. So yeah, they're not for me, and they're not. I think they're not for most people. Be a supporter or a household caretaker. I mean, I guess you could say that. You know, a traditional woman is the helpmate. Your support system. And the household caretaker. I agree. Get yourself a decent job. Find a chick with a decent job. Provide for each other. Don't pay for their dates. Womp womp on them. Okay, I agree. I agree with that. I think instead of forcing a 50-50, instead let the relationship grow organically. And your natural percentile will pop up. Some people are 53% and can't go 50s. Some people are 25%, but open-minded. I guess life is far too expensive to expect women to be trad wives. If you want one, go for it, but you better be able to be a traditional. I agree, right? You better be able to be a traditional man and do all the work and understand that your money is her money. I agree. And that's why I said I also don't think most men can handle, right? Handle traditional power. I don't think most men can handle it. So that's why I think partnership is the best. Nobody's getting married, having kids, because no one can afford a house. Marriage rates are in decline. Marriage rates are in decline. My woman is stronger than I am. She's everything I want to see in myself. Can we make both work? She's a nurturing woman, but also takes hard. Wow, that is hard, Luke. That is hard. I mean, if you could make it work, awesome. I believe on average, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, if your woman is both nurturing, right? She's both the nurturer in the relationship, and she's the breadwinner, or the one that takes care, that provides for the household. I think you're gonna burn your woman out. I think she's gonna get burnt out. What Mark? What value does a man get from being trad man any nowadays? I'm not seeing the value. That's why I think because I think most women cannot handle it. So I think there's no value being a traditional man. Will modern feminists don't even know what feminism is? I agree. Maybe dot bro. Most of these takes are based off women on social media, not in real life. Let's be honest. I mean, I don't disagree. All right, maybe said it. I don't disagree. Right. These are. I mean, a lot of, in my honest opinion, a lot of takes are based on more social media oriented. So I agree. Maybe these aren't really women in real life. Maybe I don't disagree with that. You could say that these are more online point of views. I don't disagree, but technically we're online. So when I say Luke said, when I say take charge, I mean more to say that she makes decisions where I focus on smaller details. I mean, then hell, I mean, it seems like you guys still complete each other, right? She makes big decisions while you focus on small details. Seems like you complete each other. I'm just saying, when someone feels like they're being taken advantage of, or they're putting more into a relationship than the other person, then that's when there are problems. Oh, that's terrible. White women in the 40s and 50s got lobotomized for not giving men pleasure. I think that's terrible. I don't agree with that. Which basing these takes on social media is Bonober? I mean, which basing these takes on social media is Bonober? I mean, like, again, you can have opinions that's going on in social media, because technically we're on social media right now. So I mean, I don't know. Red Door, being indigenous, being a traditional woman is an honor. It is about values and grace, supporting your husband and family. I did it and managed to get 3 degrees. Red Door, you are an amazing woman. You are an amazing woman. 99% of women in real life are completely fine. I guess. I mean, if you say so, but statistics have shown that marriage rates are going down, divorce rates are high, childbirth is low, right? Birth rates are low. People are getting married later in their life. I don't know if things are actually as rosy as you think it is. We do complete each other. I agree. It's union and not a dictatorship. Then, Luke, you are perfectly fine. You are doing great, right? I would never give an opinion on someone else's relationship, because they're in a relationship. So what they're doing must be working some way. Carolina, have a good day. Thank you for being here. Chubb and Grubs, they are all crazy as F. Okay. Luna, it's like the first time in history that men just have to be likable to find relationships, versus being purely assets in the past. Too many are failing at that. Most women aren't out for money. Here's the thing, right, Luna? I think that's not true. I think right now more women than ever are focusing on men's looks, right? You're correct by, in the past it's purely about assets, right? Because women, they had to make up for their lack of assets. But I think because women have assets now, it's more about a lot of things, right? Assets still. Women still want a man that has assets, right? Women want a man that's likable, but women also want a man that's good looking, right? Women also want a man that's good looking. Women also want a man that is good looking, and have many other things too. Good in bed, so on and so on. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong or right. I'm just saying that women have a lot higher standards than they ever had before. Marriage rates don't reflect a happy society, in my opinion. Well, you may think that, but in my opinion, people, um, you know, uh, you know, people getting together is, in my opinion, a great sign of a healthy society, right? People living alone, being separate, I don't think so. I don't think that's a sign of healthiness. 332, you're seeing the type of women that you interact with personally and are assuming that all of them are like that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Right? This is not based on my dating life. I'm not basing these on my dating life. Maybe. And yes, birth. Oh, okay. Maybe. Well, yes, we are online, but we are talking about relationships. So unless we are e-dating, I think we should base stuff not on the TikTokified women. I mean, again, it's more about like what's your opinions on things, right? What's your opinions on things? Because if you're saying that, let's say this, right? Number one, do you think that in real life, you know, in real life, women are able to handle traditional relationships? Do you believe in real life women are able to handle traditional relationships? Do you believe in real life men are able to handle traditional power? I don't know. I don't think so. And yes, birth rates and marriage rates are a big thing, but these type of things can change with time and generations. They could change, but there's no guarantee that they would. So hypothetically, for example, South Korea. They could change, but right now, forecasts are showing that in about 30 to 50 years, right, they're going to go extinct. Now, it could change, but again, you see right now, forecasts shows that they're not going to do well. You ever see the hear me out cake trend? No, I don't pay attention to trends. Women want to smash literal creatures because they have good personalities and are kind. I've never heard of that trend. If you're taking dating advice from a virgin, you will still be a virgin. I don't disagree with that. Musk, I don't disagree with that. You're a loser. Stop being a loser and you will get laid. Musk, everything shouldn't be about getting laid, right? Stop letting your debauchery control you. Stop letting sex control you. Everything in life shouldn't be about getting laid. Let's remember that a separation of genders leads to contempt of the other. Interesting. Not being in a relationship doesn't equal being alone. Friendships, community are just as, if not more important to a happy society. But here's the thing, right? Luna, some studies are showing that we are less of a community. Some studies are showing that men and women, right? Men and women are having a hard time maintaining friendships, right? Some studies are showing that both men and women are suffering from a loneliness epidemic, right? Both men and women have very little friends, right? They don't have much of a community. Red Door, I do conferences and talk a lot about women. Most women today have unrealistic expectations. I agree. Trad men don't trust women will keep the home and family. Trad women don't trust men can provide this life financially. It's not a time in society where trad life thrives when you need dual income. I can see that. That's why I promote. Partnership. Luke, glad I came across your video. I'm glad you did too, my brother. I'm glad you did too. Please, if you guys like me even a little bit, please subscribe. Please like the stream. Please watch my other videos. If you guys even like me a little bit. Hell, even if you guys want to hate watch, right? Even if you guys want to hate watch, please subscribe to hate watch. Kimono. Feminism encourages women to believe in themselves and their abilities, while patriarchy convinces men that they can't even make their own sandwich. I don't believe that. Right? I believe feminism encourages women to believe that they are just as good as men, if not better than men. Personal opinion. Right? While I believe patriarchy pushes men to strive for the best of themselves, right? You can gain power and privilege and whatever by persevering, by being the best. Well, number one is very subjective. Some women can be more or less dependent, vice versa with men. Number two is entirely subjective, and number three is completely pretty much based online. I mean, I could agree, right? I guess I could see some agreement to it. Mr. Smith, women prioritize comfort, safety, and security. If women care about men's looks, they would keep the trinkets they buy, such as handbags, shoes, longer than a month. But that's, I think that's because of women's boredom, right? Women do care about men's looks, but women are easily bored. Women are easily bored. Men are pissy now that they can't just have money and call it a day. I mean, I guess. I don't think men are pissy about that. I think men, I don't know if men are pissy, but men just think that women want perfection or as close to perfection. Luke, your views are similar to my own, and it's nice to see other men who doesn't hate women just because a few women. I do not hate women at all. I would say, I've said this hundreds of times, I do not hate women. Holding people accountable for their words and actions do not mean I hate them, right? Holding people accountable for their words and actions do not mean I hate them, right? Plenty of terrible men out there. Plenty of women holding men accountable, and that is fine. By the way, patriarchy doesn't encourage to be the best version of themselves. It actually convinces men to use and abuse their way to the top. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Where in the patriarchy rule book? Where in the patriarchy rule book, right, says that men need to use and abuse to become the best? Please show me the rule book that says it. I'm the hottest dude on YouTube. Nothing. Maybe you are. Maybe you are. I don't know, bro. You sound pretty pissy. Do I? I mean, I thought I sound pretty normal. As a man myself, I think you're an idiot for this. Nova, hey, perfect. I don't mind haters. I don't mind haters. I don't mind trolls, right? Whatever you think I am, that's up to you. Freedom, you have freedom of thought, right? You can think however you want. You have freedom of speech to some degree too, so you can say and think what you want. I don't mind the haters. I don't mind the trolls. Southern horsemen, I believe it is simple equation. Men are being raised in an emasculating environment. Women are being raised as boss girls. Masculine men are attracted to feminine women and vice versa. I agree. Miss Iyami. Oh no, you are one of those. I guess. If you say I'm one of those. Number two is really bad as well. Like, generally remove that. You can have women who got cheated on in their 40s, 50s, etc. just are lonely. I don't understand really how you could. Here's my thing, right? Like I said, I literally gave you a reason, right? As women age, as people age, right, they become more set in their ways, right? As people age, they become more set in their ways. They also become more jaded, more combative, more disagreeable, right? And they usually don't develop better relationship skills, because if they did develop better relationship skills, they would already be in a relationship. Okay, they become more set in their ways, more my way or the highway kind of mindset, right? So even if men become bigger red flags, they have assets to compensate for, being jaded or set in their ways, right? So there is a clear distinction to it. I'm not gonna deny it, but some women are worse as they age. They become more egoified, but it's entirely based on situation. Well, it's also based on what you think. Do you think most women are, or do you think? I mean, you could say, do you think 51% of women are becoming bigger red flags, or you think 49% of women are? So I just think most women are. I'm not saying all women are, right? I just say that, on average, I think majority of women are. Luna, as a feminist is a person who believes in the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes. If that bothers anyone, it's time for them to travel. I don't think modern day feminists believes in equality of the sexes, because honestly, what equality are you fighting for right now? I believe modern day feminists is fighting for power, not equality. Literally, I'm not saying women are lonely. I'm not saying women are. I mean, I said that studies have shown that women are uh, having an issue by no community, no friendship. Love 7, your mom is a red flag. Well, if you say so. Luna, I get it. I'm not saying that that's not the definition. I'm saying modern day feminism isn't that. Because please tell me, what equality are you fighting, or what equality are feminists fighting for right now? What is not equal? Because today, literally, a woman was. I think people need to talk to people in person, and they'll probably have better experiences. Also, lonely epidemic is about people needing to touch grass as well. I don't disagree. Like 5% for number 5%. Okay, I mean, if you think so, right? If you think that's 5%, because honestly, like I said, marriage rates are down, divorce rates are high, birth rates are low. I mean, like, if you think 5%, then why are we having difficulties actually people getting together? I don't really think that's true. Man go man. I mean, like, again, I'm saying the 50-50 thing, right? I'm saying for modern day women, right? I mean, if you think you can find a woman coming out of college, right, wanting a traditional relationship, good luck. I think most women today, right, cannot handle a traditional relationship. Oh, okay, Luna, you said, okay, your rights are equal in every state as a dude. They change state by state for a woman. What right? Are you talking about abortion? What man has the right to abortion? What man has the right to abortion? What man has the right to say no to a child? Please tell me. Men don't even have that right. Ultimately, if you keep focusing on what women aren't doing or doing wrong instead of talking to them, you're pushed yourself further and further away from them. I mean, literally, I'm talking to a bunch of women right now. I mean, I'm talking to you. I've talked to plenty of women in person. Exactly. They spread their wings. That was in the 70s. That doesn't apply today. I don't know what you're talking about. It is recent statistics, right? Recent statistics that marriage rates are going down. Recent recent statistics that, marriage rates are going down, right? People are not getting married as much. Birth rates are going down. So that's recent statistics. In a traditional relationship, men pay all the bills and for everything else. Not even half men these days can afford to be. Again, that's why my number one, I said traditional men. I mean, men can't handle traditional power, right? It's kind of an equal statement, right? It's kind of an equal statement. Exactly. Proof. I can literally show you that the stats are recent, right? Marriage rates are down. People, more people than ever are actually more alone. More people than ever are more alone than people are actually being together. Luna, I do agree. People gotta stop living in the past when wanting to build a future. I agree. Don't shelve self-love. I definitely agree with number one. Right on. Again, it's not TikTok women, right? Well, the marriage rates can simply be explained that they are really young. Again, here's the thing where if people are getting married less, right? People are getting married less. People are not having as many kids. I mean, it kind of shows you that we are not, we're not getting together that much. Mrs. Smith said it. Men don't have reproductive rights, thus disproving the patriarchy theory. If men were in charge, why would they create laws that are detrimental to themselves? 100% fact. I will live in the past, same beliefs. Gray man. Vote. Votes hurt, amps kills. Social media plays 100% role in relationship failures. I agree. I definitely agree. Well, maybe not 100%, but it's a big role. It plays a big role. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Please like the live. If you guys could, please like the live. Subscribe to, right? You guys could, hate watch as well, right? I don't mind if you guys hate watch. Please subscribe. Please like the live. It would be helpful. Yeah, it's hard to find humans that just genuinely believe in other humans' goodness anymore. I definitely think it's hard, but there's someone for everyone. I believe that. Okay. I mean, could be. I don't necessarily disagree. I am out here. Red Door said, I am out here. I have a degree in behavioral science and study stats constantly. Get out in the real world and open your eyes. Red Door is an amazingly smart woman, right? Amazingly smart woman. So she knows what she's talking about. I haven't met one woman who hasn't been cheated on. Start there. I mean, how many women have you met? Unless you met over 1 million women. I mean, Miss Ayami, I mean, like your study, your pool of candidates means nothing, right? Unless you met 1 million women. I've met plenty of women who haven't been cheated on. Hell, I mean, like, this is the thing where, like, you can't stop judging, right? At least the whole U.S. by the small demographic of people around you. Why Western women in only other women? Sounds like someone's got dumped by. Why Western women in, why not other women? Here's the thing where I say it is modern Western women. It's because of the whole feminist ideology. I should have changed this word, right? It seems like people are hung up on it. I mean, when I say modern Western women, it's usually feminists, right? Because it's the modern mindset, right? Modern mindset is usually feminist ideology, right? And Western women it's the women who's being affected by feminism the most. And guys, I thank you guys for being here to have a conversation, right? We're just talking, hopefully respectfully. We're just having a conversation back and forth. If you guys are bored, I'm bored. We're talking, we're having a conversation back and forth. It's for fun, right? So I respect all you guys. I'm very thankful for you guys to be here and, have a conversation. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Lynn said, you may be confusing feminists with feminazi who hate men. I mean, right now, I think those lines are blurred, right? Right now, I think those lines are blurred because we don't have feminists out here fighting against so-called feminazi, right? We don't have feminists fighting against those people anyway. Those women you idolize are the ones telling women not to get married. I don't know who we're talking about idolizing what women. What spider? TSE, MGTOW. Go your own way. Go your own way. All right, guys, that is it for tonight. That is it for today. I'm gonna do a panel live stream tonight, later on tonight. If you guys want to call in, right, have a conversation, we could. So not just be on chat. So again, it's be tonight, later on tonight, right? So please subscribe. Please, please subscribe. Please like the live. Please check out my other videos. It was a great conversation, right? You guys, thank you guys for all the love, support, for even joining the conversation, right? It's fun. I'm bored. If you're bored, please subscribe so we can do this again, right? So that is it for right now. Like I said, I'm going to do another live tonight. It will be a panel, right? Tonight will be a panel, so you can call in, we can have a chat, we can talk about whatever. I don't know what the topic would be, but maybe I'll think of something. But if you guys like the channel, if you guys like the content, if you guys don't mind, please subscribe. I don't hang out with anyone, so no one has influence on me to be independent. Interesting. Len, thank you. Thank you for being here. Everyone, thank you for being here. All right. That is it for tonight. That is it. Or that is it for right now. Like I said, I'm going to do a live stream tonight. If you guys like, join. It will be a call-in where you can, call in and we can talk, we can chill. But if you guys like it, please subscribe. You guys are amazing, right? So that is it for tonight. You guys are amazing, right? Later, guys. Later. Have a good night, right?